Thanks for the support as a channel member, Tristan McDonald. Well, we've just had a summer where we've spent nearly £90 million on our newly promoted Peterborough squad and not signed a single Premier League player. We've got a great squad for the future. I'm less excited about how they might get on in the here and now on our first game in the Premier League against Manchester United. And welcome to Club 2, Part 16 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two games in the Premier League. We're at home against Manchester United, who are quite good. But we're away against Newcastle, who were in the Championship with us last year. And if you remember, we did beat them home and away in consecutive games last year. It was kind of the Newcastle results that I give credit to the fact we've made it to the Premier League. So there's some hope there. I mean, the media completely disagree. There is no hope. We're 1,000 to 1 to win the Premier League. We're strong favourites to go straight back down again. Even less likely to stay up than Brighton, who came up via the playoffs, which is, that's a little unfair. We were quite a good team last year. But Newcastle, who came up as champions, predicted to finish 9th, which shows just how much reputation and money has an impact on this, rather than the quality of the team. Exactly. Talking of the quality of the team, this is the team that we're going to be putting out there. It is a very familiar side to the one that got promoted last year. I'm showing a lot of faith in the players that have got us here. We're just replacing in a few key positions. So new goalkeeper Campos comes straight in because we needed a better goalkeeper. And we've got our new left back Acella coming in and starting. Acella, probably Acella. Let me know down in the comments. And it'll take me a few days to start saying it right one way or the other because I'm recording this on Wednesday. I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday right now. It's certainly one of those. Thursday. It's definitely Thursday as I'm recording this. That's not relevant. But he's going to be coming in because obviously Ullman has moved on and he's our new permanent left back. Kerr Smith is going to be in at right back because we lost Lewis, who was playing as a right back for us last year. We don't really have an out-and-out right back in there. And also our new boy, Asa Walsh. Has he been upgraded to Wonder Kid status yet? He hasn't. He will be over the course of this season. He's the young English central midfielder who we brought in the summer, right at the start of the summer. Took him from under the noses of a lot of big Premier League clubs by basically signing him before their season has ended and they'd got their budgets. Yes, I am a monster, but he's going to be starting for us as well. Other than that, it is a bunch of players who were here last season. So a Campos in goal, a back four of Acella, Welch. That sounds more Italian than Acella. Acella, Welch, Ballard and Smith. Ballard is our new club captain, by the way. McCormick was club captain, but as I can't rely on him to play game in, game out now, we've given it to Ballard, who I'm pretty confident will start every game he's available for. So new club captain Ballard. And then in midfield, it's Walsh and Santiago. Gallagher, Anderson and Nelson supporting Scarlett up front. We do have more of our new faces down on the bench. Silvio Lewis, who can play anywhere across the front four. Alan Young, who pretty much likewise can play anywhere in the front four. And we've got a Manchester City loanee right back. Seeker is on the bench as well. Eric Cameron, our new right winger who came in the summer, or one of several, is on the bench. Obviously Brewster down there as well. Another new right back in Engelbert. And our boy McCormick as well. Our club record signing, Stanley Okoli, £21 million. Not even on the bench. He's scouted much better than he appears to be. This is why you should 100% scout players before you sign them, boys and girls. Don't do it when you're like 25% scouted and it tells you this guy's a 4.5-star current ability superstar. Fingers crossed he'll still end up very good. I'm just not starting him yet. It'll be fine. Right, let's get this team submitted. I am worried about how much we're going to miss Gouda in midfield. I think he was a key player for us in the promotion run, but he, like Lewis, got a grumpy on and decided to leave over the summer. And to be fair, it did make room in the team for Asa Walsh and the young Greek midfielder who we signed as well, who's not yet ready to play, not fit, off the back of picking up a knock in pre-season. So we needed to get some midfielders out of the way anyway, and just cross everything. Let's just have a decent performance. So you know how important momentum is for a newly promoted team. it's pretty much the only thing that will allow you to survive in your first season in the Premier League. You have to take your momentum out of your promotion season. Oh, my word, Manchester United have just missed 2 massive chances, and we've got away with one a little bit there. That's the kind of luck that we need today. If we can scrape a draw somehow here, that would be spectacular. You can see our home end, the terrace, is sat empty because the board twice over the summer refused to do any. Well, actually, that's not true. The board tried to upgrade the ground and the council blocked it. And then later in the summer, the board refused to even try a second time. So as it is, we're limited to a 10,500 capacity, which is below the minimum for the Premier League, yet we're somehow allowed to do it. Thankfully, that goal has been disallowed as well. So I guess for the time being, we're going to be sat in front of a 3-sided ground because that terrace can't be used in league games. We do have our shiny new undersoil heating, though, which we probably don't need to use because it's August. Right, 25 minutes in, United obviously a much better team than we are, but at the moment, it is still 0-0. Long may it continue. Although United attacking again, but Walsh is in there to make the interception and then play it forward to Gallagher, who is going to need to put on some performances. We've signed a lot of attacking midfield players. There's a lot of players at the club now who can play in Gallagher's position. Likewise, Nelson on the right, Anderson in behind. That whole attacking midfield 3, there's going to be a lot of changes to that early on this season as we figure out what to do. And we've conceded a goal. I mean, you know that. You're watching the match. You know we've conceded a goal. Jadon Sancho, who missed a sitter earlier in the game, has not done it for a second time. And it's 1-0 to Manchester United, and we've still not had a shot on target yet. And this is very much a culture shock for us, moving up into the Premier League against one of the best teams in the world. Mokoko's in there to make it 2-0. And, this might be a challenging season. There have been a few comments in recent days about how people missed the struggle from Leamington and how last season just felt a little bit too easy. Don't worry, I've got you covered. This season's not going to be easy. This season is going to be hard. The question is, are we going to get relegated? Probably. Am I going to get sacked is the bigger question, because I think this squad we've got now, because we've focused so much on potential, assuming we do get relegated, we'll romp our way to the Championship, automatic promotion easily, and come straight back up again, or we'll make a whole ton of money on relegation release clauses, because all these youngsters have got release clauses at like 15, 20 million pound upon relegation. So either we're super rich and build a promotion team, or we come back up because we've got a great young team. But it might be a season where it's a little bit miserable as it's in progress. I mean, we obviously didn't budget to get any points at all against a team like Manchester United. But we have, that halftime team talk sums it up perfectly. That first half was pathetic. And it's going to be a very long season if that's how we're going to perform against the bigger clubs. Yes, there's an argument that we could change the tactic up. Maybe the tactic we've used so far isn't going to be appropriate for the Premier League. But, and I know this is going to disappoint some of you defensively minded people, there's not a chance that I'm just going to sit and put men behind the ball and defend in games like this, because it will bore me. I would rather lose 6-1 than 1-0 or 2-0 and have it really boring. As long as we're scoring a goal at some point, I'm happy. So I'm going to attack and give us the opportunity to score a goal. Everyone has been rubbish today, so at least it means I've got a good reason to change the entire team for the Newcastle game. I'd like to remind some of you as well, I was told by quite a lot of people that last summer's transfer window, because I know I'm going to be getting it in the neck now for my transfers. So many people told me last summer's transfer window was rubbish, and we ended up getting automatically promoted from the Championship when we were supposed to be in a relegation battle. So I stand by my transfers. Trust the process. We were always going to lose to Manchester United. God, it's 5-0. Oh, no. Can we just go back to the Championship now? I'd much rather. I want to do another season down there. This hurts. This hurts already. Oh, my word. Right. Well, what on earth do we do about this pickle? Santiago's on a 5.8, so he can come off. That's an easy decision. And then Brewster can come on because that was a decision I had to make pre-match. And I mean, you can't say I got the decision wrong because they've all been rubbish. And I imagine Brewster will be rubbish too, but we might as well give Brewster the try. And then Anderson has also been pretty rubbish. So Silvio Lewis can come on and make his debut. What a circumstance to come on and make your debut in. 5-0 down at home. First day of the season, and we already know we're not good enough for this league. But on he comes. What? All I can do is laugh about it because I knew it was coming. It doesn't make it any more pleasant to experience. We have got some... Campos just made a save. That might be his first save in a Peterborough shirt. Has there ever been a goalkeeper in history who's conceded 5 goals before making their first save for a club? And we've done a clearance there as well. See, this is the revival. The revival is on. And Nelson is also having a terrible game. So maybe we'll try out the guy we signed from Newcastle against Newcastle in the next game after all. I mean, ultimately, I have shown faith in a lot of last year's team on the first day. So no one can say I just abandoned the team that's got us here, because now I always have this to refer people back to. The reason I dropped almost the entire squad from the previous year is because, look, I held faith in a lot of them on the first day and we lost 5-0 at home. Oh, that's quite good from Gallagher. A little bit of luck and he grabs himself a goal there, and all of a sudden the day is turned round and I'm happy because we score a goal. As it is, I don't know that I've ever, in all my years playing Football Manager, I don't know that I've ever had a team play as poorly as we've played in that game. There was not one bright point, not one silver lining on the cloud. That was just awful. Let's see how much better Newcastle are than they were 6 months ago when we last beat them. Right, we're trying a few different options against Newcastle. Hopefully this will be a little bit more impressive than what we've just seen. So we're putting Ballard and Smith together at centre-back, which is probably going to be our starting centre-back partnership for the season. Seeker, the Manchester City youngster, comes in at right back. Palaskonis is fit to play in central midfield, although can only do 75 minutes. We're going to partner him with Walsh. That's an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old as our midfield. It'll be fine. Anderson stays in as the attacking midfielder for now. But Silvio Lewis comes in on the right. Akoli comes in on the left. Opposite way round. Silvio Lewis on the left, Akoli on the right. And then Brewster coming back in up top. I was very close to going with Alan Young and having a look at him because Brewster looked as out of it as everybody else when he came on. But we've got to give him an opportunity. He was the Championship's top scorer last year. Akoli, as a former Newcastle player, got to hope that Football Manager takes that into account the way it would if it was the other way around. If there was a former Peterborough player playing for Newcastle, you would be guaranteed he would score today, especially as it would be his first goal for the club. I don't know if it works the other way. We shouldn't get absolutely smashed by Newcastle because we beat them twice last year. Our confidence is already taken a massive hit after what happened against Manchester United, that who knows what we might be about to witness. This could be a nice positive end to the episode if we can turn things around here and just accept that we're going to get battered by the likes of Manchester United every time we play them for the time being. Talking of former Newcastle players, Anderson was in and his effort goes wide, and that was a big opportunity. That was a better chance than we had at any point against Manchester United. That is a positive sign. What we're looking for is real positives from our central midfield. Palaskonis and Walsh, they are Premier League players. In the future, they are going to be Premier League players. Ballard and Smith are good enough. I think the core of this team is good, but out wide, both at fullback and more attacking, the question marks do need to be asked. And talking of question marks being asked, that was a very soft-looking goal, I'm hoping, because they were miles offside. The referee's going to the VAR and he has disallowed the goal. Good, because it just didn't look like we reacted to that ball coming into our penalty area. Yeah, it's the typical FM22, 5 or 6 players offside. That's why we've not been anywhere near it. That's fine. We don't need to worry too much about that happening. Reassuringly, Brighton already losing in their game, so they're currently rock bottom with 2 defeats as it stands right now, whereas we're holding on against Newcastle. I mean, we really shouldn't be holding on against one of the teams that came up with us. Oh, my word. It's like they're afraid to score goals as well. They are clear through on goal there, and that is a big miss for them. They probably should be 1-0 up, although to be fair, Elliot Anderson should have scored for us as well, so it probably should be 1-1 right now. But it looks like we are going to survive until half-time, although our young Greek superstar, Palaskonis, has given the ball away. This is going to be the danger of having the young teenagers playing in central midfield for us. They are going to have moments like this, and there's not going to be very much we can do to stop it happening other than maybe playing some grown-ups in there. But it's a heavy first touch from him. It's just sloppy. Gives the ball away. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. And if it had gone 2-0 to Newcastle before half-time, I would have been really rather upset. But at 1-0, I'm still pretty upset, to be fair. So I don't really know what I can do to get us back in. This is a problem, a game and a half in. I don't really have a plan. I don't really know what I can do. They're all... We've got a decent championship squad that really overperformed last year. I firmly believe we've improved the squad. This would be a really, really, really good championship squad. But there's just, and I know I set out at the start of the transfer window to do exactly this, but there's just no Premier League quality in here. But we've got a lot of youngsters who will get there eventually. The question mark now, I guess, is how many, if any, will get there over the course of this season and give us an opportunity to maybe survive? Or are we going to have to do it the hard way, go down, come back up again? Will my reputation get enough of a boost by just being here to get a job elsewhere? I can't imagine another Premier League club offer me a job off the back of this, but maybe a La Liga club or a Bundesliga club or a Serie A club look at me as a Premier League manager and think, we'll have a little bit of that. He manages in the Premier League, or used to manage in the Premier League before he got sacked. We are now 2-0 down. And this is 7 goals conceded in the Premier League without any hint of a reply. And it is proving to be all too easy for Newcastle right now. Brighton are now talking about us the way we were just talking about Brighton. I mean, there are several teams that don't look very good, which I guess is a positive. I am clutching at straws a little bit there. Akoli has been awful. We're going to bring on Eric Cameron, one of our other new signings from the summer, to make his debut. We're going to bring on Alan Young, another new signing from the summer, to play up front. Brewster. I can't single him out too much because they've all been rubbish. Kerr Smith, to be fair, is having a good game today. So that's nice. He's the first player we've had who's had anything close to a good performance across either of the 2 matches. So that's a positive. Maybe he'll be a Premier League player. Palaskonis needs to come off, actually. We were only supposed to play him 75 minutes. So we're going to take him off as well. Luke McCormick is the only central midfielder who can come on, really. Well, I guess we could go 2 up top and stick Dane Scarlett up there. What to do? What I guess we have. I mean, we've got to bring McCormick on. But we'll perhaps swap them around like this to something more like what we were doing last year with McCormick as the attacking midfielder. Are we allowed more substitutions because it's the fancy Premier League? We're not. So we're allowed 9 players on the bench, but only allowed to bring 3 of them on still. Seems a bit pointless. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is going on? It's 3-0. Our Premier League season is now 8-0 on aggregate. You got to look at Palaskonis again. He's given the ball away for 2 of the goals there. He's now off the pitch, but he's going to get some heat, I think, for this performance. So let's just remind you of how good he is before you all slaughter him. He's played 3 games for Greece internationally. He's going to be, I mean, this is only the 2nd game of his career. He's not. He's played 3 games for Greece, but only once for Olympiacos. What a weird situation that is. Oh, goodness me. Can we have a goal, please, boys? We finished 2nd to Newcastle in the Championship last year. They've obviously just strengthened better than we have. They must have been laughing their nuts off when I gave them £21 million for Akoli. We've given away a penalty. It's going to be 4-0. It's going to be 4-0. What is happening? Oh, I'm just going to sit here miles away from the microphone with my head in my hands on my head, heads and hands combining in some fashion. I've been doing YouTube for 6 years now. I don't think I've ever had an episode quite like this one. Do I resign now? What have I done? Oh. We could head to France. Flee to France, but we're competing with Carlos Tevez. This has not been a good day. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.